Hey everybody, Adam Savage in my cave, and if you've been watching any of the Grogu content I've been putting up, I'm delighted to introduce you to the artist that built the digital version of Grogu, Ralph Sutter.
Hello.
It is such a pleasure to have you in the cave finally.
Thank you so much.
We've been talking about this guy for a year and a half now.
Yes.
And I'm delighted for you to finally meet him.
Oh my gosh, look at his face. Look at him.
We're gonna power him up in a minute, but I just wanted to, so you built the digital file of this Grogu head.
That's correct.
What was the inspiration? Why did you want to see?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's a long story, but episode 1 of The Mandalorian came out and I immediately knew that I wanted to build the suit for it. Episode 2 came out. I'm happy I waited because that was Beskar time. So making the Beskar suit. But naturally, if you're building a suit, you need to build a Grogu.
Sure.
And there were none out there at the time that really held up to the quality of the suit that I was building.
So you go out and you look online, see a lot of what other people have done and executed, and you look for a space maybe.
Yeah, and there was nothing, at least commercially. And then Sideshow released one, which is beautiful.
Sideshow, cast from one of the studio molds.
Yeah, so about as accurate as you can get.
Yeah.
But still, it was made out of silicone. It didn't really fit, like having to troop with it, right? You almost want a floppy baby.
Yeah.
So then I decided to sculpt my own. And I had actually worked with a maker before Matt to make one, Nigel Chua, a very talented person, and he made one out of silicone, which already made a world of difference because the ears at that point were flopping around.
Amazing.
But kids, and I troop a lot with kids, I do a lot of stuff for Make-A-Wish, are very smart. They kept asking, why is he not blinking? And so that is what I wanted to do. And that's about the time that Matt reached out to
Matthew
me.
Winchell.
Yes.
An animatronics engineer. He's been part of the videos we've shot with Grogu. So I'm really curious because you work in the digital realm. You teach.
Correct.
You teach this kind of work. How do you even start to approach? So like, I'm a hard-edged model maker. I was not a sculptor. I can do it under duress, but it always seems like a magic trick to me, and doubly so in a digital frame. So I just would love to hear you talk a little bit about how you start to break the infinite number of polygons down into something you can sculpt.
Yeah, where to even begin? I mean, it starts for me even before I start sculpting, to be honest with you. I go through like an obsession period where
reference material, just downloading.
Weeks on end, pictures, watch the show, even put the soundtrack on. And then before I even start sculpting, I've already probably sculpted him 4 times in my mind over.
And you're just going over the topology over and over and over, sort of putting it into your brain.
Yeah, really just very much like real sculpting, breaking it down into primary shapes and secondary shapes, and then kind of working down to tertiary detail in my mind. But for Grogu, it was actually pretty difficult because he's so much smaller than the usual creatures that I model.
Right.
So a lot of the reference material, even the camera focal length, kind of plays tricks on you, and there's a lot of perspective distortion. A lot.
Perspective distortion is the bugbear of research when you're trying to understand the topography of something.
Yes, and it's a real thing. And on a surface level, he's also one of those creatures that looks incredibly easy to sculpt. Big eyes, big ears, round face, round features, but there's so many little intricacies to him. It actually took me a good 4 tries. I had 4 different iterations before I finally landed on what I felt happy with.
What are some of the, like, I know from my Chewbacca experience that like Chewbacca's chin hair has to go under the chin, and a lot of people have it hang down and he looks like hillbilly Chewbacca.
Yes.
What are some of the pitfalls in doing a Grogu face that you had?
Grogu, the most challenging areas definitely were the cheeks and the eyes to me. When I first attempted, his eyes were too straight and kind of flat sitting in the face, but they are much more tilted than I realized.
Interesting. Tilted like that?
Upwards and back.
Oh, fascinating.
So that was incredibly hard to do. The way that his mouth sits, it was much wider than I realized. Yeah. And obviously his lip, which the upper lip is what makes, I think, his visage.
I was there for consultation. Matthew did all the application of gluing this soft silicone face you sculpted onto his animatronics, and the amount of iterations that he went through to get the ears to sit correctly, but really specifically to get that mouth to sit. It made me retroactively gave me so much deep respect for the puppeteers on the Mando show, because I don't know how many times they're gluing faces on, but it's more than once, and our once took almost a week.
And it's terrifying every single time you do it.
Yeah, and you get it the tiniest bit wrong, and you've now got Chewbacca. You've got
well, that's another thing that was tough, specifically for Grogu, because it's a puppet, right? And when you're sculpting digitally, you're trying to stay symmetrical for as long as possible because it saves time, but you purposely want to, if you want to capture him correctly, capture the imperfections of the puppet, right? One eyelid's slightly higher than the other, things kind of sag and droop a little when they're on the actual skull. And it's a balance because you don't want to overdo that,
right?
Because then it perpetuates even more so on an actual animatronic skull. So it was challenging. And I also, for yours specifically, really had to add a lot more skin detail because somewhere along the line in the printing process, some of that gets muffled. And then when you cast them, so the
fidelity of each process has its own vagaries and can eliminate detail.
Absolutely.
Whenever I am going through the process of understanding a piece and doing what you're talking about, downloading photos, looking at it endlessly before I even start a process, I will often find that at about the 70% part of a process, I'll notice something crazy obvious that has eluded me until this second. And then I have to sort of wrap myself around the fact that, in order to add this detail I've just noticed, it's going to require kind of a rejiggering of the whole thing.
Yes.
Does that happen digitally?
Yes. Well, that's why there are 4 different iterations of them. And sometimes it is just easier to start from scratch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I finally got him to where he needed to be. One interesting fact, though, which has nothing to do with what you just said, but I just remembered looking at his lip, is that my program director, Jillian Smith, she said that it might actually explain what species he is. So he has, and we've all been wondering about Yoda, right?
Yeah.
But because of the way that the lip is formed, it actually indicates that it might be a mammal because it's the lip that you would see with an animal that would breastfeed.
Oh, that is really cool. Oh my God, breastfeeding Grogu's.
Weird.
You're welcome, everyone, for thinking about that in your head.
Yoda is not a reptilian.
I know he doesn't strike me as he strikes me as warm-blooded.
Right.
You brought this in. This is your digital sculpt printed out of Clint Eastwood from Fistful of Dollars. One of my favorite characters from one of my favorite movies. I'm curious because I look at this and again, I have no idea where you would start, but you're a person with a person's face. Is a figure like this easier, or is a figure like Grogu easier or harder than a human face?
So for me, Clint was actually easier to do. Why? Well, first off, he's human, so there's lots more anatomical reference that you can use. But also, he's got many more landmarks. He's a very grizzled person. Right. So within the face, within the primary features, there's lots of secondary shapes that help you out with proportions. Grogu has a lot of soft features that make that more difficult to do.
Interesting.
On a surface level, it looks like, there's quite a lot going on, but a lot of it is actually very subtle and soft compared to what you see in the human face. So I was definitely having a harder time with Grogu.
Fascinating. That is, okay. You want to see him? Can we fire him up?
Yes, please.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Put this down here. Oh, there he goes.
Hi. Oh my.
So we did a whole bunch of mixing for things like the eyes move before the head turns. And then also Matthew added ears go up and the head goes up, ears go down when the head goes down.
Oh my gosh.
And I haven't even shown you the...
Wow.
Oh, wait. There we got that. Oh, I see. We're on hands.
Jeez.
Oh, no, that's not it.
Amazing.
Yeah, Matthew, which is the mouth?
Yeah. So this is for the stick. If you want to change this, it's this one.
Okay, so is this in the correct position? Oh, yeah, sorry.
I think you're going to want that, and then this one.
Yeah.
So now...
Oh, great, yeah.
And then I'll do the same ones for here.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah, so and then the ears also have...
Look at him go. Wow, beautiful. Compared to the one I have at home, which only blinks, wow, it's incredible. I can't believe this.
Would you like to steer him?
I am deathly afraid, but yes.
So here's what we have is eyes. As you move the left stick, it changes all these eye parameters. And then you can make the eyes go left or right with a twist and blink with a push. And on the right, head tilt. And the body moves to accommodate the head.
Oh my gosh, you auto adjust itself for balance?
It's brute force, but yeah.
Wow.
And then, oh yeah, we don't have a function on that. And yeah, go ahead and.
Oh my gosh. That is amazing. Oh my gosh. My animation mind is like going crazy. Oh. You want to come home with me?
Well, he's spoken, I guess.
He is gorgeous. He looks so much better than I would have imagined he ever could have, honestly.
I could not believe, and again, like just for the audience, this is a digital sculpt turned into a soft silicone skin attached to an insanity of complexity in the animatronics. And to get that all gesturally to land in this cute face, it was so hard.
Yeah, Matt's a genius.
It's just
really...
like, it is a real thing. And again, this has served to give me the most mad respect for the team that builds and operates Grogu for the films and the show.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so weird to see something that has lived on your screen in the flesh.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I had Grogu version 1, which then blinked, is already amazing. But to see it fully moving and emoting is... My mind can't comprehend this.
I'll run one of the animations for you. Here, let's try.
Oh my gosh.
His hands are a little bit weird now.
From the, right, because of the servos. Yeah, we changed his arm servos out. So this is just us practicing with recording some puppeteering animations.
Very
and
cool.
then playing them back. I rebuilt a neck 4 or 5 times. And the final build was specifically to get him so that when he was on the ground, he could look up at you.
Oh my gosh.
It was so hard to get that amount of motion.
The kids' reactions are going to be they're going to be amazed at this little guy. I can't wait to see that.
I know.
Hi, bud. You forget that it's a puppet.
So let's try. There's a sad one, I think. Is the E sad? I can't remember. So this is also like, to me, our ultimate goal is to have this kind of thing going on all the time. And then you can break in and react in real time.
Yeah. That is fantastic.
Because again, you know, the goal is to make this puppeteerable from this unit, whereas the Grogu from the films and the show, 4 or 5 people are there making sure every mark gets hit.
Yeah,
you know?
For all this to contain or be contained in such like a little self-controlled package is amazing.
Well, Freeze Guy, who makes this controller, gave it to me, and they were really great about. Yeah, we've been working with a couple of guys who built software that operates between this and Grogu inside of him to allow these animations to go.
It's so smooth.
Oh yeah, there's a little sad.
Aww. Aww. The suspension of disbelief is just immediately there when he starts moving, right?
Yeah. I heard from one of the puppeteers on set that they would say things like, let's go make Sigourney Weaver cry. Because you put it in someone's hands and they're just like, oh my God, it's a baby.
Yeah. Wow. Aww. Aww.
Yeah, this is a slightly depressed animation.
Grogu.
He's like, I'm already 50 and I don't understand anything. Do you have any other non-human characters you've attacked since Grogu?
Only digitally. I mean, pretty much every month, like I'll have my creature of the month that I'm obsessed about. So I've done the Cat's Eye troll from Stephen King's Cat's Eye recently.
Nice.
But yeah, every month I'll have something, but not to the level of this. Also because Matt is not there to assist me with animatronic stuff. But I feel like it really opened my mind to what you can do within a digital space. And if you have talent that, you know, can help turn that into something practical, wow, the sky's the limit. And it's really cool to see all these different fields come together to create something that physically exists, which is not something I usually see.
And so much of this was grown. You know, I machined a bunch inside the head for strength, but for the most part, all of this was grown. And here's his little, there's his little,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's do another one here. There we go. I kept forgetting when we were doing the animations to blink.
Yeah.
And the blinks are one of the most evocative motions that he makes.
But it's a fine line though, because you definitely, from an animation standpoint, don't want them to blink too much.
And on the show, the blinks rarely go all the way.
Yeah.
They're doing much more, they feel much more immediate, and it's because they're doing like almost half blinks.
Yeah. What are you looking at?
After all this time, I'm curious if there's stuff you still see that is like, oh, I didn't quite get that right, or this is a little funny.
No, I feel like,
Amazing.
and that's the hardest thing to do as an artist, is finally step away from your work and be like, yeah, it's done. But I wanted to make sure that was the case before Matt did his work for you. So I am so astounded by how good he looks.
Dude, I can't thank you enough for introducing me to Grogu and to Matthew Winchell. This has been such an amazing journey. I'm delighted you get to meet him.
Yeah, it's an emotional journey for me. Like I don't want to say I feel like I gave birth, but it kind of feels
feel
like
a
that.
little proud papa.
Yeah. Aw. Thank you so much, Adam.
Ralph, it is a magnificent execution, man. It's gorgeous.
He's beautiful.
When I was a young model maker, I was always freelance. And when you're freelance, one of the best ways to get work is to draw attention to yourself, both for what you can do and also how you do it. And one of the ways I drew attention to myself was with my toolboxes. They were moderately absurd. Aluminum doctor's bags sitting on scissor lifts so I could rise them up to the level of my workbench and give me access to every tool I needed, hundreds and hundreds of them. This is a poster I drew a bunch of years ago of these toolboxes, and it includes a list of every last thing that was in here, numbering thousands and thousands of dollars. For the first time ever, we're making these available to you, signed. And you can get yours over at adamsavage.com. See you guys there.